This is a VOLVO Penta D1 and D2 air filter box, sometimes called a noise suppression unit or silencer box. They are a service item. Every time you change the air filter you have to pay out €83.99 or £62. In this video I'm going to show you how to save yourself an absolute fortune. Watch the video to the end, guys. You'll find it interesting. So the D1 and D2 air filter silencer inlet box, or whatever they choose to call it, is staggeringly expensive. And when you cut them open, there's nothing much inside, just a paper element. Now you can't change this paper element, they're sealed for life. Although I'm sure someone somewhere has had a go at doing it. In this video we're going to show you how to build your own, and it's just as effective, no noisier, and works really well. Let's show you what we did. Oh, here's our new air filter that we bought. That's it there. Got the plastic piece for it that we're going to adapt. That is off the back of the engine, so that is the air intake manifold, I guess. Yeah, a little tiny manifold. It's held on by two M6 nuts with 10mm heads, and there's an M8 bolt, sorry, M6 bolt with an 8mm head, which is unusual, but it's got a flange on it there. And what that does, let me just show you, is that holds on the VOLVO air filter, so that goes through there like that. So this is an air filter and sound box. These are about 50 UK pounds, about 55 euros, and that's the air filter inside rattling around. They are sealed up, you cannot get in them. And so what we're going to do is we're going to replace that with one of these K&N type filters. Now this isn't a K&N filter, this is a copy. It's quite big, as you can see, and you literally wash this out once a year, spray it with some oil. What we're going to do is we're going to try and bend a piece of plastic to go over there, cut a piece of plastic to go over there with a heat gun. And somebody actually picked up what I was going to do in the comments. I can't remember who they were now, but yeah, they said, oh, why don't you try a heat gun? And I went, spoiler alert. So whoever that was, well done. You thunked it out, as they say. Now we're going to try it. So let me get that piece of plastic and the heat gun. Right, well, we're on solar power at the moment, and I've just had to turn our mains on. That's probably what you can hear bleeping in the background. We're at 74%. Let's just show you. There we go. We're at 74%. Just turned the shore power on because the heat gun is 2.5 kilowatt, I believe, and that will drain the batteries down fairly quickly. So here is that manifold, and that's the piece of pipe, and it almost fits, almost. So I'm just going to warm it slightly, at which point I needed both hands, so it was time to move the GoPro. Yeah, so I bought new batteries for the GoPro. Well, I didn't buy them, our patrons bought them. Our patrons help us to keep the videos going. they seem to be going flat when they're left in the GoPro, in this one. Whether it's because I'm leaving them in there too long, or whether it's because they're not fully charged, I suspect it may be a problem with the GoPro software. Anyway, let's give it a go. How about that? Perfect. There we go. That is a pretty tight fit. I think what I'm going to do is put a split in there just to allow it to open up, and then I'll put that Jubilee clip on as if it was on there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then the next thing is to take these bits out of here. So that fits in there. That fits. Get that to go in nicely like that. And then we'll do this up. Let's put a little slot in there. Something like that. I'll just get a junior hacksaw and cut down there. Tiny two slots like that. So let's put a little slot in there, and then that will go over there. That'll go on there. That'll go on there. Jubilee clip will do up. That fits on there quite nicely now. Yeah, that's better. So there we are. We'll put that on the engine and I'll show you that running. Perfect. So grab the camera and show you what that looks like on there. And that's the manifold, the air intake. Those two bolts hold that, and now all I've got to do is move this light because it's extremely bright. Let's put it up there. And there we go. Let's show you what that looks like. I couldn't get one in green, so that's the adaptation. Well, there we go. I'm pretty happy with that. The job's a good one. It's a shame I couldn't get one in Volvo green, but there we are. The plastic is pretty solid stuff, so I'm happy with that. You can see the little slot there has got that hose clamp, or Jubilee clip as we call them here, over the top, and that's holding that exactly in place. It faces down so that it's taking cooler air from lower in the engine bay, which is the same as the Volvo one does. Now, some people might be worried that it's going to be a lot more noisy, that there's more induction noise, but actually we didn't notice any difference at all. Let's show you with it run up. Okay, darling, if you want to start the engine. don't believe that's any noisier, maybe fractionally. Well, there you go. Job's a good un. Okay, bit of a mess in here again, as usual. Got all the tools out, what have you. But what we're going to do is we are going to find those on Amazon for you, and then put them on our website shop, and we'll put a link there. If you use that link, you'll get the deal that's shown on the page, and we get a little kickback from Amazon. It doesn't cost you any more at all. Amazon reward us by paying us a few pennies in each pound for sending you to Amazon. Doesn't cost you a penny, and that helps us out with doing things like this. So there we go. Runs like a good one. That's perfect. So that's the Volvo airbox, and I'll show you a price for that from a Volvo dealer, and I'll show you a picture of the Amazon one that we ordered. You'll see it's a lot cheaper, and this one doesn't even work anyway. It's air filters rattling around inside. But what I am going to do is I'm going to keep this, so I'm going to cut it open and just see if there's a way that you could put a different air filter in there, and if there is, I'll show you guys how to do it, and you can save some more money. And when you've saved your money, pop over and buy us a beer, become a Patreon for a few months, because it really does help us out making videos. So there we go, and all we needed was a heat gun, junior hacksaw, ground-head screwdriver and a fly squatter. No, we didn't need that. So while I was making this video, one of our subscribers sent me this. It's a 3D printed adaptation to the Volvo air filter sound reducing box. Somebody's taken the time and trouble to draw this all out in a form of CAD and actually 3D print it on their printer, and it appears to work quite well. So if you have a 3D printer, I will leave the link in the description below. I'll also leave a link in the description to our shop where you can buy the air filter and the elbow. And if this has been of use to you guys, leave us a like, a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done already. And if it's really been of use and you've saved a few quid, you could always buy us a beer. Thanks guys, sail safe.